Let us now understand the three types of means based on what we have learned in arithmetic progression AP, geometric progression GP, and the harmonic progression HP. So the three type of means that we are going to study are arithmetic mean, that is AM, geometric mean or GM, and harmonic mean or HM. So let us first understand what do you mean by arithmetic mean. Now let us say that x and y are some two numbers, then the arithmetic mean of these two numbers is given by a is equal to x plus y upon 2. Correct? Now let us simplify this further and see if we can derive something from this. So if I multiply 2 on the left hand side, I will get 2a is equal to x plus y. Further, if I take x on this side, it will be a minus x, and I put 1a on the right hand side, so it will be y minus a. Now this looks like difference between two numbers, that is, this is the difference between a and x. On the right hand side we have difference between y and a, and also the two differences are equal to each other. Where do we see differences being equal to each other? That is in arithmetic progression, where the difference is common for every two consecutive terms. So can I say here the difference between a and x and the difference between y and a is same? So can I say here that x, a and y are in AP, that is arithmetic progression, because the difference between second term and first term, that is a and x, and the difference between third term and second term, that is y and a, is constant. So I can say that the arithmetic mean of two numbers is such that the arithmetic mean lies between the two numbers, and those three numbers then are in arithmetic progression or AP. The next mean that we are going to understand is the geometric mean. Geometric mean, let us understand this concept by considering two numbers. So let us say x and y are two numbers having the same sign. When I say having the same sign, which means that either both x and y are positive or both x and y are negative. Then in such a circumstance that x and y are two numbers with same sign, their GM or geometric mean is given by g is equal to square root of x into y. So this is how we define the geometric mean. Let us simplify this to see if we can derive something more information about geometric mean. So what I will do is I will square both the sides. So I will get g square is equal to x into y. What I further do is I have two g's on the left hand side. So what I will do is I will put one g in the denominator of the right hand side, and I will bring x on the denominator of the left hand side. So I get g upon x is equal to y upon g. Now we see here that the ratios, we have taken two different ratios and the ratios are equal. The first ratio is of g to x and the second ratio is of y to g. So the ratio of g upon x is equal to the ratio of y upon g. Where have we learned that the ratios are equal? That was in geometric progression or GP. Okay, so what we have understood here is we can say that from this relation x, g and y are in GP, where the ratio of the two consecutive terms are always same, which is known as the common ratio. So ratio of second term to first term, that is g upon x, it will be equal to the ratio of third term to the second term, that is y upon g. So our geometric mean of two numbers is nothing but the two numbers, and in between the geometric mean, these three will be together in GP. So this is the second most important mean from the three means, that is geometric mean. Let us now understand the next important mean, which is harmonic mean. Now, just like we learned arithmetic mean, geometric mean, and now we are going to see the harmonic mean. So let us again assume two numbers. So let x and y be two numbers. Then the harmonic mean of these two numbers is given by h is equal to 2xy upon x plus y. Kindly remember, my friends, how to find out harmonic mean, that is h. So h is given by h is equal to 2 into xy whole divided by x plus y. Now let us simplify this further. So what I am doing is I will be taking reciprocal on both the sides. So here I have 1 upon h, and on the right hand side I can write x plus y upon 2xy. Now I can further write this as x plus y upon xy, the whole upon 2. So I can separate the denominators. Correct? What I have done is upon 2 I have kept as a separate denominator, and in the numerator x plus y divided by xy. So if I divide x by xy, then y by x into y, what will remain is 1 upon y plus 1 upon x. That is nothing but I have written 1 upon x plus 1 upon y whole divided by 2. Now if you look closely, this looks like our arithmetic mean, the first point that we had studied. Correct? So I can say that 1 upon x, 1 upon h and 1 upon y are in AP, because in arithmetic mean we had learned that arithmetic mean A is equal to first term plus second term divided by 2. Then first term, arithmetic mean and second term are in AP. Here also the arrangement is exactly similar to it. So I can say that first term, that is 1 by x, second term, that is 1 by h, third term, that is 1 by y, will be in AP. We also know that if the reciprocals of 3 numbers are in AP, then the original numbers will be in HP. So I have reciprocal of x, reciprocal of h and reciprocal of y are in AP. Therefore, I can say that x, h, y are in HP. So if I sum this up, what I can say that if the harmonic mean of 2 numbers x and y is h, then the 3 numbers x, h and y will be in harmonic progression or HP. So these were the 3 most important means, that is AM, GM and HM. Now that we have understood what is AM, that is arithmetic mean, GM, that is geometric mean, and HM, that is harmonic mean, let us extend it further. That is, we have learned these 3 means how to apply for 2 given numbers. So we had taken x and y. Now, if there are infinite numbers, or say we have n terms, what will be AM, GM and HM of n terms? Let us see that. For n terms, say x1, x2, x3, x4 dot 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 till xn, we can find AM, that is A, GM given by G, HM given by H as AM will be nothing but A is equal to sum of all the terms divided by number of terms. Correct? That's x1 plus x2 plus x3 dot 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 till plus xn whole divided by number of terms n. The GM or G will be nothing but product of all those terms, that is x1 into x2 into x3 so on till xn, and we have to take the nth root of the product. Correct? So G will be nth root of the product of all the terms. Similarly, the HM or H will be nothing but it is given by n upon the sum of reciprocals of all the terms. So we have H is equal to n upon sum of 1 upon x1, 1 upon x2 plus 1 upon x3 plus so on till 1 upon xn. So we can say that AM, GM and HM are not just applicable to 2 terms x and y. We can apply it to n terms also. Correct? This is also very important formula. Next consideration, a small consideration that we need to understand here is, if for 2 terms when we applied AM, GM and HM, that is we found out AM, GM and HM for 2 numbers x and y. What if the x and y were equal? If x and y were equal, that is if x was equal to y, then we would have got the answers of AM, GM and HM as equal. That is, if x is equal to y, then I can say that A will be equal to G will be equal to H. So these are few important points that you understand, and you should note it after understanding the 3 given means. Let us now understand an important proof. Okay, let us see the theorem first and then we'll go ahead with the proof. The theorem that we are going to discuss here is based on the 3 means which we have learned already, that is arithmetic mean, geometric mean and the harmonic mean. The theorem states that if A, G and H are the arithmetic mean, geometric mean and harmonic mean respectively of 2 positive numbers x and y, then we can say that G square is equal to A into H, and A is always greater than or equal to G, which is always greater than and equal to H. So these are the two relations which we have to prove here and which we will be taking as our proved statements for the further sums. So let us see the proof of this. Let us first take up the first proof, which is g square is equal to a into h. Now for two positive numbers x and y, we know that the am, gm and hm is given by a is equal to x plus y by 2. Geometric mean g is given by square root of x into y. And the harmonic mean h is given by 2xy whole upon x plus y, right? So now let us start the proof. So the RHS is equal to a into h. We have to prove that g square is equal to a into h. So the RHS is a into h. So I have taken x plus y upon 2 into h is nothing but 2xy upon x plus y. Obviously we can see that x plus y and x plus y will get cancelled. 2 and 2 will get cancelled. What remains is x into y. Now we know that g is square root of x into y. So if I square on both sides, I will get g square is equal to x into y. Or I can say that x into y is nothing but g square. Correct? So from this we have proved that a into h is equal to g square. That is, we have proved our first part, that is g square is equal to a into h. Let us now go on to the second part of the proof. In the second part, we have to prove that the arithmetic mean a is greater than equal to the geometric mean g, which is greater than or equal to the harmonic mean h for any two given numbers x and y. So let us see. Now for any two given positive numbers x and y, we know that a is x plus y by 2, g is square root of xy, and h is 2xy upon x plus y. So now let us see, if I subtract g from a, that is I am trying to find out the difference of a minus g. So a minus g will be nothing but x plus y by 2, that is my a, minus square root of xy, that is my g. So if I multiply the denominator to the second term, that is I am taking the LCM, then what I would get is 1 upon 2 common outside, and I will get x plus y minus 2 into square root of xy. Now square root of xy we can split it and write as square root x into square root y. Am I right? Correct. Now this x and y also, I can say that x is nothing but square of root y. This is square of root y, this is square of root x. So if you understand, this is a formula. Square of root x minus 2 square root x square root y plus square of root y. This is of the form a square minus ab plus b square, that is nothing but a minus b the whole square, where in this case my a is square root x and my b is square root of y. So square root x minus square root y the whole square. Obviously outside we have 1 upon 2 multiplied to it. Now whenever there is a square, square of any number is always positive. So here square root x minus square root y the whole square will always be positive or greater than 0. But this was the expression for a minus g. So a minus g will always be greater than 0, or it can be greater than or equal to 0. And hence I can say that if I transfer my minus g on the other side, I will get a as greater than or equal to g. Correct? So a is greater than or equal to g, what I have proved from this till this part of the proof. Moving ahead. Now from this, first I will derive a new equation or relation. This g, if I take in the denominator, I can write a upon g is greater than or equal to 1. Now we already know that the relation between geometric mean g, arithmetic mean a, and harmonic mean h is nothing but g square is equal to a into h. Correct? From this I can say that g upon h is equal to a upon g, but a upon g is greater than equal to 1. Therefore g upon h also will be greater than equal to 1. Correct? So h, if I take on the right hand side, if I multiply on the right hand side, my g now becomes greater than or equal to h. So we have proved two things. One, a is greater than equal to g. Second, g is greater than equal to h. In all, if I write it together, I can say A, arithmetic mean, is greater than or equal to G, that is geometric mean, which is greater than or equal to H, that is harmonic mean, for any two given positive numbers X and Y. Correct? So this is the second most important relation between arithmetic mean, geometric mean and the harmonic mean.
Subscribe to my channel. Click on bell icon to get notification about new video.